What's going on? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Can't complain. Been a long morning.
Busy.
Feel like I'm chasing my tail
Well,
today.
it's a pleasure. I'm glad I could, you know, get on the phone and do this one on one. So,
So what you got going
um,
on?
just trying to stay focused, man. I just say that when you try to focus on what you're trying to do, everything goes. Like I was just on a call with my mom's in the hospital, and her boyfriend can't get any information, and they're saying that they're talking to me, and they haven't talked to me. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying everything that comes down the pipe when you're trying to focus on something that you're trying to do happens,
Yeah, it's always
and I'm just trying to stay focused.
it's always some type of fork in the road, and always some type of challenge that's going to present itself.
Right.
And I mean that's life, you know. Not saying that it's cool. Not saying that it's easy, but
No, not at all.
it's just you know, one door opens, another door closes. Like shit, I just got through that one.
Right.
But other than that, what's going on?
I'm I'm enjoying it. It is the first program that I have done um, that's working for me. I've never been able to commit to it, and I came across this on Instagram, and my spirit was like, "You need to get on that." And the thought process is if I pay this money, I'll go ahead and do what I need to do. But it's way beyond the money now. Like it's not even about the money, and I see that in a lot of posts on the group chat.
So
Um,
what did it for you? What made this program different from other ones?
the actual laying out of the food,
Hmm.
and because usually workouts say, well, you need a clean diet, but they don't give you specifics about what a clean diet is. So, for example, for us, like I was telling my husband the other day, eating a salad, you think that's the best thing that you can eat. But in looking at this, once you top it with cheese and meat and dressings and all this other stuff that you think doesn't matter just because you're eating that bowl full of lettuce,
Might as well have a
um,
goddamn hamburger.
I would have, right. It's the nutrition. I have to say the nutrition aspect, and I just can't. I honestly can't tell you what it is, but every morning I wake up, I don't want to do it, and I lay in bed, and it's almost like anxiety. Myself is like, get up. Even if you just get through it, and it may not be to the like it's your 100% or whatever. I gotta get up and do it, and I don't know where it came from. I can't tell you what. I guess, got tired of being fat, but I can't. It's hard, even on the weekends, when I'm supposed to be resting. Like, I feel like I need to get up. I really feel like if I stop working out and eat and start eating wrong, that it's gonna come back in 24 hours. Just to be honest, I know that can't happen, but I know it's very easy to fall back into your bad habits.
I
So,
suggest you keep that same mindset going forward. And the reason I say that,
okay,
not 24 hours, of course not, but if you do, if you stop, you will revert back, and that's why you'll hear me say time and time again, it's a lifestyle. And once you hit your goal, it doesn't mean that you made it. It doesn't mean that you stopped. It doesn't mean that you finished. You got to keep on going or maintaining. And in order to maintain, you still got to do the things that you were doing to get you there. And
right.
I always try to give people different perspectives of looking at their fitness and put it into just a different perspective as far as relationships or work, because most of us can relate to either of the two. And if you look at relationships, the work that you were doing to obtain a relationship or to get the interest in the relationship, the pre-work that you've done that you did to get the person to like you, or the time that you spent with them, and the going out, or for your sake, going out on dates and doing things of that nature, once you start being in a relationship, that doesn't stop. You know, it's like this is what I was liking and the
Not
reason
at
why,
all.
we got to this point. So you got to keep that stuff up, and just like with work, if you're wanting to excel in work and, get promoted, the things that you were doing to obtain that promotion, you still got to do once you get that job. And again, the same things apply with your fitness. So, if you're trying to get to a certain goal, certain weight, certain look, once you get there, you still have to do those same type of tasks to be able to obtain that look that you're going for. So, keep that same energy that you're saying, and let that be a reminder in the back of your head that I can't stop. Although I may not want to do it, it's still for the better cause. I'm going to feel better afterwards.
And I definitely do feel better. Energy level is up. I haven't gotten my supplements yet. But yeah, I can, where I was, well, let me just say this, and it's probably not good, but I figure honesty is the best policy. So starting this, I'm in the midst of trying to quit smoking.
Mm.
And I have smoked maybe once or twice, and even with that, it's just like, why are you doing this? Like, you putting in all this work, and then you go along with all of this mess. So in the midst of I'm trying to quit a habit, because it's strictly habit now. It don't smell good. It don't taste good. It's nothing. It's strictly frustration. Mm-hmm. So if I get mad, I want to smoke a cigarette. So I'm going to say the first, because I'm only in my 4th week, because I started a week late. The first 2 weeks I didn't. I had an issue like the 3rd week, and I did maybe once or twice of the week. But so far, going into the 4th week, I haven't done anything. So it's a little bit more of a bigger battle. Right. So I'm just trying to work through the process. I mean, and that group definitely helps, because everybody goes through everything, and they're real open about it, and you don't feel like, okay, I'm going through this and nobody else understands. But yeah, that's just something else on the side that I'm trying to get away from while working through everything else.
No, I think that by identifying what your issues are, is one of the biggest steps, because if you can identify it, that means you can change it. That means you can fix it. And like you said, it's a habit of yours. It's not necessarily a what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for?
Not a need.
Yeah, it's not a need. It's just a want. It's a relaxation. Right. And if you can identify that, okay, this is something that I do to ease a nerve or to calm down, then it's also something that you are aware of, and you can actually make a conscious effort to not do it. And that's where the discipline is going to come in. And the more aware you are, the more you make a conscious effort time and time again to do the right thing, it becomes a habit that you no longer have.
Has to be.
It's a work in progress.
Because I'm pretty sure that smoking, and I read about it, because that just makes me more aware of how it clogs your veins and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, that's like you taking 5 steps forward and 2 steps back every time you want to smoke. So yeah, I just figured I'd be honest about that, because I want you to, I know you don't play, so I figured I'd just, let you know what was going on with that.
Well, yeah, I'm glad that
I do have some.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I do have some general questions, but I want to see what your take was on that.
What you got?
That was it. The smoking.
So no, I like I said, I think if you're identifying it, you're a step ahead of a lot of other people, and it's really gonna come down to you making a conscious effort time and time again, making the right decision time and time again until it becomes a habit that you break, or a good habit that you pick up. And the better you become at doing anything is you doing it over and over and over and over again. You know, so if you're constantly making the right decision over and over again, you become better at not ever going back to smoking, because it would no longer be a need. It would no longer be a want. It would no longer, be a craving that you have. It probably no longer exists after a while. You look up a year, 2 years past, and you don't have a need or urge to have a cigarette. And that's the same with anything. The more and more you work on getting up in the morning, like say you don't like getting up in the morning, the more and more you just get up and do it. Get up and do it. You're gonna soon, your body's soon gonna be able to just naturally get up on its own. It's gonna know 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm ready to get up, I'm ready to get going. And it becomes a habit. Like the reason I said 7 o'clock, my body naturally wakes up right around 7:50 because my alarm goes off at 8. And it's like clockwork every day. Whether my alarm's set or not, my body naturally gets up around 7:50 every single day. And that's when I get up, do my cardio, and get it out the way.
That did happen too. So once I started working out, then my body knows that I should be working out. It heats up. And I was telling my husband, this is crazy, like, because he lifts weights. So he's got up and done a couple of workouts with me, but he's always told me that it's muscle memory, or, you got to tell your body what to do in regards to that. But like the first week, the first couple of days, like I said, I can stay in the bed and try to sleep, but my body doesn't let me do it. In the evening, we're usually starting about 5 or 6, and my body warms up, and it's like, okay, we know we're supposed to be doing something. You haven't started yet, so get up because I'm actually working from home in the midst of all of this. So,
Got you.
And then it was also something to keep my mind, all of this is so crazy. You got to find something to keep your mind occupied. And I think it helps to releasing those endorphins and all of that stuff. Talk about, by sweating and things of that nature. So that was another reason that I thought it would be a good idea. But for the morning, so I find that even if I stretch, like I may have to do the modified first, and then maybe about 5 or 7 minutes into the fasted cardio, my body catches up with me. It's because I'm not stretching enough? Is it just because it's the morning?
When you say your body catches up with you, what do you mean?
It doesn't feel I feel like I'm dragging. Like it takes me a minute to get. I do.
So you're saying like after 7 minutes, you're no longer dragging?
Yeah.
No, that's natural. So for me, it's, I don't know if you do the extreme 35. Once I get that first round out or that second round out, like for some reason I just got a ton of energy. Like, where did that shit just come from? And it's always like that. Like once I get done with that first round or that second round, I'm just in a whole nother level of energy. And that's natural. Yeah, that's natural. Because your body's getting warmed up, it's getting acclimated, and it's in go mode after that.
Okay, so there's nothing wrong with me with that. Now there are a couple of exercises throughout the week. So some of the jumping exercises. Like, I think for week 4, we're doing you do the jump and then you do the 2 knee raises on each side. I'm not sure what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling a pulling in my hip. Is that stretching or... And it's only on some jumping exercises. I can do the majority of them.
Yeah, that would be stretching.
But it just feels like anything crisscrossed, I get a slight pull in my left hip.
Yeah, that would definitely be stretching. Possible some type of alignment from a chiropractor. I always recommend people go to the chiropractor just to make sure alignment's in place. They can also give you some different stretching to open up your hips and your hip flexors. But yeah, that's definitely gonna be stretching.
And you have a stretching video on YouTube?
I don't. I'm not the best stretcher. I mean, I do basic stuff.
Okay.
But no, I don't have one. That's just not. I know my lane. Stretching ain't my lane.
Not your expertise. Okay. I'll try to look up some. Because I know I saw one lady said that on the weekend she kind of just stretching for like 25 minutes, 30 minutes. I thought that might be something good to incorporate.
I would look into
just
yoga.
in general, not just on the weekend. Okay.
Yeah, I would look into taking up yoga because it does help burn calories. It does help with stretching and strengthening your muscles and flexibility. And you'll definitely get a lot more range of motion doing yoga. So if that's something that you do have opportunity to do, I'm pretty sure you can find stuff on YouTube that you can do. But I would suggest at least going for a week just to make sure you get the fundamentals down, and then just getting into some yoga stretching and techniques because it will stretch out those muscles. It will open up, give you a lot more range of motion, and you'll feel a lot better.
Okay. Now, this is for the regular workout. I usually start off modified, just depending, like you killing me with the legs in this week 4, but I'll get through it. Do you have the same success doing the modified as you would with the regular exercise? So the ones that I can do, I do. The ones that I have to modify, I modify, or sometimes I do half and half, and then on my last go, I always try to do all of them regardless. But if I can't do the regular one, and I do the modified, is the outcome the same, and how much does weight play in that? Because I feel like some of this I can't do just because of the weight that I'm carrying.
Mm-hmm. So the
I don't know if that makes sense.
it makes 100% sense. Okay. The modified exercises are put into place so you can still hit the effective area that we're trying to hit. Don't look at it as, well, he's doing that and I'm doing this and he looks like he's being more effective, because that's not the case. It's always going to be you versus you, and you want to be able to find a starting point, and you want to be able to find weeks later progress from where you started at. So you may have started on a modified workout, or you may have started on 5 pounds, but you should always see some type of progression to wherever it is that you start. So never compare yourself to nobody else. Never compare yourself to what so-and-so is doing versus what you're doing. It's always going to be you versus you, and are you progressing with where you're starting from? So if you can say, okay, this is my starting point, and I'll make it simple. If I couldn't bend over and touch my toes, and I started at just bending over and getting my hands to my thigh, and now 2 weeks later I'm bending over getting my hands to my knee, and now two weeks later from there I'm bending over getting my hands to my shin, and 3 months later I'm all the way down to my toes. That's progression. And that's where you want to start trying to make sure, okay, this is my starting point, and this is now where I'm at. I'm progressing. I'm going in the right direction, and this is better for me. And I kind of made a comparison. And I always got to explain this usually on just accountability calls. Let's say me and you were walking up 2 flights of steps, and we both got on a Fitbit, and by the time we both get up to the 2 flights of steps, we look at how many calories were burned. Well, you're gonna probably burn a shit ton more calories than I am, for a lot of different reasons. Cardiovascular is different. Age, weight is gonna be different. Height is gonna be different. So it's not a fair comparison. It's definitely not a fair comparison to me. Okay, well, she burned 20 calories and I burned 10. Well, why does she burn 20 versus my 10? Well, we weigh 2 different things. Our weights are different.
Okay.
Our cardiovascular is different. If you're weighing more than me and your cardiovascular isn't as compared to mine, of course you're gonna burn way more calories than me. And I had to explain this the other day on a call, and the young lady was like, well, I'm just trying to lose these 10 or 15 pounds, and everybody else around me is losing 20 and 30 pounds. I'm like, well, baby girl, you may not have 20 or 30 pounds to lose. If you're comparing yourself to somebody who's 230 pounds and you're 140 and your average rate is 135, and you're trying to get down to 125, and you looking over here at this 230 pound lady who just lost 40 pounds and her average rate is 160, that's not a fair comparison. She has weight to lose. You don't. She doesn't. You don't have the 20, 30 pounds to lose. So she's going to burn that off way quicker than you are. So, and that's why I always tell people, don't compare yourself to other people. There's a lot of different things that could cause for somebody to lose the amount of weight that they're losing versus what you're doing. Age, weight, time, what they're eating, how proficient they are on the nutrition plan, how much cardio they're doing, how much weight they're picking up, how much time they have to do all this stuff. There's a lot of different factors that are going to play into each person's results. So I always tell people, never compare yourself to somebody else, because it's an unfair comparison every single time. Now, if it's you and your twin sister and she lost 30 and you lost 10 and y'all live in the same household, y'all doing the same thing, then there's something to be worried about. But if not, then it's definitely an unfair comparison.
With the eating, do you just recommend like every 2 to 3 hours? Because it's 5 meals, 2 snacks, 3 meals and 2 snacks.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to make sure I'm doing that. I do it like every 2 to 3 hours, and even with that, my stomach lets me know when I'm hungry or when it's used to me eating. It has been some nights. I think I missed a meal one day, like right before I went to bed, but I was just tired. But I try to give myself up every day to consume whatever I need to consume. But you do it, let's say you used to doing it for I'm going to say a 12 to 15 hour, and then you end up one day and you got to fit it all in like 10 hours. Does that hurt you?
So you want to try to eat every 2.5 to 3 hours.
Okay.
And there's you can't make up a meal. So let's say you miss meal 1 and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna eat meal 1 and meal 2 together. Nah, you just missed meal 1. Like, that's just not to do it. Right. Just scratch that and pick up from where you left off at. So. That's probably the best way I can answer that question.
Okay. That makes sense.
And it's gonna happen, so don't beat yourself up. Trust me, I miss meals all the time.
I'm telling you, I feel like one thing that I don't do right is all blown, and I be in here beating myself up, and I'm like, this can't be healthy. So I gotta find my common ground with all of this.
I missed about 2 meals every day last week. Like it happens.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It happens. This week, do better. That's it. Just do better. I mean, it's you'll see you're gonna go through a roller coaster of this life journey. I've never met anybody who just started at 0 on the graph and just went straight to 100 and never sloped down at all. You're gonna have them days. Like we said when we first got on the call. Challenges kept arising. You're gonna have them, and that's why it's called a lifestyle, a life journey. Because you just have to be able to adjust and keep it moving. And when certain things don't happen, dust everything off, start back over. Don't turn one day into a whole cheat day. Don't turn one bad day into a bad week.
Don't do it.
Let that one, okay, I had a bad meal. Cool. Start back eating right after that.
Okay. If I was to incorporate weights, are the weights, because I haven't looked at I'm going to just be honest, I haven't looked at them because I don't go to the gym, but if I wanted to incorporate weights, how could I do that in the home workout?
So if you have dumbbells, there's a lot of different things that we do that show dumbbells. This next program that comes out, the gym portion of it, I make all dumbbell workouts. So you have strictly dumbbell workouts that you can do at home. I break them down by category. So you have a leg day, back day, with stuff you can do at home with weights. So definitely, if you can start incorporating weights into your workouts, you'll have a more effective workout.
Okay. Is it okay to substitute? And I'm jumping all over the place, but I was just jotting down questions, as they came up. To sub salad for your steamed vegetables, because I'm on the carb cycling. So is that good or bad? So if I don't have steamed vegetables and I opt to eat 2 or 3 cups of spinach with my meat, does that hurt, or should I be striving to eat the vegetables, even though that's kind of a vegetable?
Well, no, any dark green vegetable is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, people be talking about, I ate some cucumbers and had some iceberg salad. That ain't really a vegetable. Let's get some green beans, some broccoli, some asparagus, some stuff like that. Those.
I've been rotating.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so if you do 11 o'clock workout, could that be done? Is that supposed to be in addition to? Could you use that as your fasted cardio if you're not getting up until that time? Or I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate some of these other things. And right now I'm just trying to get comfortable with doing the 2 a day. I'm not trying to push and hurt myself, but moving forward, how would you recommend adding in, if I wanted to do, so if I got up and did the fasted cardio 7:30 or 8, I could do the 11 o'clock workout if I felt like it.
Yeah, it's just extra credit.
I'm sure that wouldn't hurt. Extra credit, okay. And then focusing on a specific body part, those are the in-betweens that you can also use, in between the fasted and the evening workout?
Correct.
Or what is, okay. I guess I just don't know how soon. Do you just base it on how you feel? I believe that to be true. It's proven. Dang, it's been 30 minutes already. I thought I was going to have a hard time. Talk for 30 minutes. We can do this as often. I don't want to worry you because I probably don't need 30 minutes. But the one-on-ones, you can do them as often as you want.
Oh yeah. If the time slot's open, book it.
Okay. I think that was all I had. I mean, other than trying to figure out how to substitute, I really haven't tried to substitute. I've really tried to stick to whatever is presented in the meal plan, just the generic version. I think at best I've eaten some shrimp. Other than that, I've stuck to the meats that are in there.
Yeah, if you can, I would recommend just sticking to what you have for now. Start experimenting after the challenge is over. You know, because if you're making grounds or you're getting results and things of that nature, don't mess up that formula now. Get through that 6 weeks. Okay. You got 2 weeks off. You want to start experimenting with things, seeing how your body responds. Let that be the time that happens.
So you do recommend 2 weeks off? Because I'm already signed up for 8.
Yeah, you'll have 2 weeks off because once this challenge is over, there's 2 weeks off and then the next one starts.
Okay. And this one ends July what?
Ooh.
7 ends July.
I'm not sure. 11th maybe? I know I announced the winners on the 19th.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think that was all I had for now. That I can think of.
Okay.
At least to get me through the next couple weeks.
If you ever want to set up another card and it's availability, set it up. Let's get on it.
Yeah, 'cause I definitely will, and I appreciate it.
No problem.
Well, enjoy the rest of your day.
All righty.
And get back on this work. I got to finish working now, so I'll be ready for this evening.
All right. Well, I definitely look forward to talking to you again.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.